Good evening, guys. Hello and welcome back once again to a Monday evening of racing with me, boy Vexed, it's Vexman, and the Tier 1 drivers from the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. We are now in Season 20. This is Round 3 this week at Watkins Glen. A quick rundown through the standings whilst the guys are in free practice. Obviously qualifying will begin around 8 PM. So after round 2, BX Royal actually now at the top of the standings with 63 points in the Ferrari 458. He's 14 points ahead of Racing Green in second place with 49 points. Zico only 3 points behind in third with 46 points. CMP is now down to fourth place with 43 points. He's only 3 points off of Zico though. Alessandro currently sat in fifth with 42 points. We have Yannick in 6th with 37, tied with Kep in 7th with 37. Timgren's in 8th with 33 points. We have Platt in 9th with 26. We got Kellen in 10th with 24 points. Anonymous in 11th with 20 points. Carter in 12th with 16. We've got Natty G in 13th with 14 points. Hasnain is in 14th with 10. Perry in 15th with 5. And Mortobello's now in 16th with 4 points. So in the manufacturers, Lexus are leading the tables at the moment with 88 points, followed closely by Ferrari in second with 63. The Peugeot, as he said, is in third, tied in third place with the Alpha 4C for 59 points. The BMW M6 is in fifth place with 57 points. The Renault RS01 is in seventh with 41 points. Then we've got the McLaren guys in sixth with 47 points. The Nissans in eighth with 29 points. The Porsche in ninth with 26. And then the Subaru and the Audi still yet to make an appearance. And what a round it was last week as well, wasn't it? We were at Tokyo and we saw some absolutely fantastic battles on track. I think we're going to see much the same this evening. Alessandro currently with the fastest time on the table in free practice, followed closely by BX Royal, only 8 tenths. Oh, and then Zico goes fastest. Zico for 1:44.9. And then he's dipped back into the pits. So Zico actually fastest guy in the lobby at the moment for 1:44.9. So yeah, Alessandro is good 10th or 2 off of Zico at this point. But 8 tenths faster than BX. BX on an outlap at the moment in that Ferrari 458. Beautiful machine. Hasnain Aslam there in the 4C. 3 seconds off of Zico at the moment, 3 seconds off the leader. 1:47.9 his best at the moment. We did this one on Sunday as well, myself and a couple of friends, and we were getting, well, I think I managed to break into the low 47s, and then Wayne G I think was the fastest in the lobby with a 1:45. I think it was a low 45, I think it was 1:45.2. But at the moment, still not looking good enough for, oh, in fact, no. So we've got CMP on a 46, 46.4, 47.9 for Hasnain. I think that was kind of around the time that I was doing. So I think we're going to see a lot of 44s, 45s and 46s. Kellen breaking into the 44s, actually taking the fastest lap there. He's pushed Zico currently down to, well, it would be third place if it was qualifying, but obviously we're still in practice. And Timgren had he's had an absolutely solid couple of rounds, hasn't he? Been absolutely flying in that McLaren. See what he can do this evening. If he managed to carry this pace over into qualifying, then it should stand him pretty well. Yannick only 200ths off of Zico's time. 1:44.967 in the M6. And as I say, qualifying will begin at around 8 PM, so you've got around 5 minutes. If you want to go and get a refreshment or have a quick toilet break before the racing begins, now would be the time to do so. And I'll be back in a minute or two. CMP now into the 46s, very low 46 then, not quite into the 45s, but it'd be interested to see what he can do this evening, because I found it very difficult around here on Sunday in the Peugeot RCZ. Just did not feel like the car and track gelled very well at all. Some parts of the track it is very good on, other parts of the track it sucks, or I thought it sucked anyway. Plat for Life as well had an absolutely phenomenal debut last week at Tokyo after his domination in Tier 2 in the first week. We can't quite see what his time is at the moment because he's been into the pits for another set of tyres. Alessandro's fastest so far, 1:44.8, very respectable time there. So with Plat for Life being 800ths ahead of Alessandro, in fact Alessandro's just gone a 10th purple through the first sector. But with Plat being that ahead, so he's going to be on a 1:44.778 something, I believe, or 7.72 something. And it looks like Alessandro may be on for an improvement. But qualifying is going to begin soon. Is he going to get a chance to finish this lap? We might get to see what it is. 2 temps purple through the second sector. And now on the final stretch, through the final sector, he's going to be able to maintain that pace. I'm hoping he gets to finish this lap. I want to see what it is. He's actually still 2 temps up, 2 temps purple through that sector. That was the middle sector. He's through the final sector now. Through the final turn, and he's going to cross the line. What is the time going to be? And it's a 44.2 for Alessandro. If you can carry that into qualifying, that'll do him really well. Jesus. Yeah, I wasn't anywhere close to a 44. But that's why these guys are in Tier 1. So I think that's it. I think it's the lobby reset now. We're going to go into qualifying. We find BX and his sexy Ferrari. And if you have just joined, obviously this is qualifying beginning now. We've had the rundown through the standings. We'll have a rundown through the grid as everyone's doing their outlap and just see what everyone's in. Just to remind you once again, obviously BX in the Ferrari 458 GT3. So now I think the order has sorted itself out. So as I say, BX in the Ferrari, we've got Plat for Life in the Porsche. We have Racing Green in the Alfa Romeo. Alessandro's in the Lexus RCF. We have Yannick in the M6. Zuko in the second of the 2 Lexus. We have Timgren in the McLaren. Morvelos is in the Renault. We have Anonyma in the second of the 2 BMW M6s. Cap in the second of the 2 Renault RS01s. We've got Kellen in the GTR. He's obviously lost his teammate for the rest of the season, it looks like. CMP in the Peugeot RCZ. Marriott in the McLaren, Carter in the second of the 2 Peugeots, and Hasnain in the second of the 2 Alfa Romeo 4Cs. So BX will start his first flying lap now. Hard braking, keeping it in third through turn 1. That may be wide on the exit there. He may pick up half a second. It looks like he's got away with it though, so able to run the track limits there. He knows where those track limits are and he's going to run them to their full extent. Not giving anybody a tow at the moment. It'd be nice to see, we're going to see how he takes the bus stop, keeps it in 4, floats it over the curbs. Going to keep it in 4 for this turn here as well, the sweeping right-hander. Making the most of the exit curve there, down into third. So he's going to keep it in third through here. I was actually having to go into second to get the turn in back up to third. Maybe that's just me. And again, oh, so he's actually down to second, back up to third through this right-hander hairpin. And we've got a little ascent up a hill, and then we're going to go down the hill into a hard braking zone right-hander once again. So yeah, braking just before the 100. Keeps it in third through there. And again, second for almost a hairpin there. Oh, straight back up to third as well for the exit. Keeping that car nice and planted. It's going to float it through this next left-hander. Definitely stretching the limits there again on the exit, but he's obviously done his test and he knows where they are. And what is this lap going to be for BX? And it is a 144.8. Plat for Life goes 2 tenths faster. Racing Green and Alessandro jumps up into provisional first place. Racing Green good enough for 4th at the moment. He's just dropped down to 5th though as Yannick goes into provisional 2nd. Plat for Life now in 3rd, BX in 4th. Tim Green goes up into 5th. Racing Green drops now to provisional 7th place as Anonyma goes faster up into provisional 4th. And we have, who have we got still yet to finish their laps? I think, yeah, so Maria and Mortvelos 11th and 12th. Kep, no, 11th for Kep, 12th for Marriott, 13th for Mortvelos. Kellen currently sat down in last. So your pole sitter at the moment is Alessandro. He's got only a 10th buffer back to Yannick. Yannick, who looks rapid in that M6. Only 600ths faster than Plat for Life in the Porsche at the moment. Plat for Life though picking up a 1.5 seconds worth of penalty. I'm not sure he picked that up, but that's going to hurt him. He's probably going to go in for another set of tyres, I would presume, make the most of this qualifying session. But we're coming up to almost 5 minutes now, so is he going to get time to do another out lap and a flying lap? We'll have to wait and see. Anonyma also with a penalty. So BX Royal will be coming up to to finish his 2nd flying lap, and he's actually a 10th down through that sector. He's actually going to opt to go into the pits now, take a fresh set of rubber on. CMP currently provisional 6th place. Is he going to dive in for another set of tyres, or is he going to stay out? I think a lot of people choosing to go in for a 2nd set. In fact, yeah, it looks like everybody is probably going to go in and take a 2nd set of tyres on. Although Kellen has stayed out. And improves and takes a provisional pole away from Alessandro, only 200ths faster. But that GTR, it is a bit of a powerhouse, isn't it? Can he go faster still and cement that provisional first place? Alessandro gets half a second on his out lap. He should be able to serve that though before his final, you presume it would be his final fast lap. I think it's going to be touch and go for some of the guys who have come in for a 2nd set of tyres. So yeah, everybody pretty much on out laps now. And I'm not sure Kellen's going to go in. I don't think he's going to have enough time to go in and come out again, so I think he's going to stay out on the same set of tyres. Is he improving on his lap though? Plat for Life just had to get out of the way for him there. And he's actually a 10th down. Has he got enough life left in them tyres to get another fast lap in? He might be a little bit of a sitting duck here at the moment. And we have seen a lot of cars go in for a fresher set of tyres as he just picks up half a second. I'm not entirely sure where he picked that up. So Alessandro now pulling his teammate along, Zico, the two-time, currently sat in provisional 10th place. Can Alessandro help him improve? This could be dangerous if we manage to get both Lexuses on the front row, which they could potentially do. It's only 200ths that Alessandro has to find. And he's actually 800ths purple through the first sector. If he can keep it up through this lap and pull Zico along, that's going to be an improvement from Zico also. I mean, he's pulled out to let Zico past. So yeah, teamwork going on here between Alessandro and Zico. Alessandro giving Zico a tow along the first part of the lap. Zico's obviously up on his time, so he's gone ahead now. Alessandro is down on his lap. Let's go and find Zico quickly. Your top three currently is Kellen, Alessandro, Yannick. Zico, what is Zico's goal? He's 1/10 purple. Is he going to be able to take that provisional pole? BX Royal improving there, I think, but not enough. Here we go, it's a moment of truth now. And he does just enough to take that provisional pole, 1/10 faster than Kellen. So Kellen drops now to second place. Kellen is still on a lap, I believe. Yes, he is. No, he's on an out lap. Is he going to get another one? Anonyma in the M6. 700ths faster than Zico. Zico now down into second place. Kellen there in third. He's going to be starting a fast lap now. Alessandro sat in fourth. Yannick provisional fifth. Who's that? Timgren. No, Plat for Life, provisional 6th, BX Royal 7th. He's got a second's worth of penalty, so he is not going to improve this time round. Timgren, provisional 8th, maybe on a fast lap here. Let's stay on board until the next split just to see if he is up on his lap. Timgren, very fast driver. Did we see that split? I wasn't paying attention. So he has improved, but is it going to be enough? Who's waiting in the pits? I think Racing Green is waiting in the pits. I think maybe the 4C not very suited to this track as well. As I say, I found it a struggle in the RCZ, just in the tyre, the tyre wear around it is extreme. That front left just wants to die a death by the end of the race. Alessandro improves up into provisional second, well, into second place on the grid. So at the moment, it's looking like Anonyma will be on pole with Alessandro in second place, Zico starting in third, Timgren will start in fourth, Kellen in fifth, Plat for Life in 6th, Yannick 7th, BX Royal 8th, Carter 9th, CMP 10th, Racing Green 11th, Aslam in 12th, Marriott in 13th, Kep in 14th, and Mortobellos will start in 15th place. But what is that I see? We have got the two Lexuses, or Lexi, on the, well, not on the front row, but they're up there in the top three, so can they give Anonyma a run for his money? They could be trouble. And Timgren as well, Timgren improving up into 4th place, Kellen 5th. We'll have another rundown before the race starts. So this was it once again. Anonyma taking that pole position with a 144.175. Alessandro will start in 2nd with Zico in 3rd. Timgren 4th. Kellen will start in 5th. Platt for Life in 6th. Yannick will start in 7th place with BX Royal in 8th. Then we have Carter in 9th. CMP starts in 10th. Racing Green starts 11th. Hasnain Aslam starts in 12th place with Marriott in 13th. And Kep will start in 14th. Mortobellos in 15th place. So the two Renaults haven't really had a very good start to the season, have they? See if I can have a bit of a better one come the race. But very close throughout the field once again. The top 10 in the 144s, Racing Green. So I think it was from Racing Green down to Mortobellos in the 145s, which is, yeah, very good times indeed. As I say, I was doing 147s, 146 I think in the race maybe with low fuel. But this is it, first race of the evening. The lights are out, they're off. Looks like everybody getting quite a good getaway. I think the Porsche getting a good getaway, then getting bogged down. I don't know if it went into the back of someone, but it's getting very congested as they come up into turn 1. Anonyma managing to come through there, still in 1st place. Timgren momentarily taking 2nd away from Alessandro. Zico's dropped down to 5th. We've got Kellen up to 4th place. Yannick's there in 6th. Carter 7th. CMP 8th. So Anonyma leads the pack through the bus stop for the first time in this race. Looks like everybody getting through there unscathed. Timgren still there in 3rd with Kellen in 4th. Zico down to 5th. Yannick's there in 6th place. Carter, CMP 7th and 8th. Platt for Life now in 9th place. The Porsche getting really bogged down off the start. Not too sure what happened. BX Royal in 10th. Racing Green 11th, Aslam is 12th, Marriott 13th. Mortobellos having a look around the outside there. The two Renaults now side by side. And Kep has to dart back in behind. So Anonyma trying to stretch that lead now. He's got 6 tenths over Alessandro in 2nd. Timgren actually 7 tenths off the back of Alessandro now. Can he keep the rest of the field behind him? He's got Kellen and Zico still very close indeed. He's going to be trying to break the toe to them two. As it looks like maybe Anonyma went slightly deep into turn 1, which allowed Alessandro to start closing up on the leader. Keeps that Lexus nice and planted through the bus stop. Very, very tricky sector. All too easy to get it out of shape through there. I wouldn't be surprised as the tyre wear starts to set in if we do see some moments. So the gap still very consistent up to the leader. Alessandro still trying to put the pressure onto Anonyma in the M6. We'll come back to them in a sec. So Timgren still trying to maintain that gap to Alessandro. I think he's just about picking up the slipstream. I think he might have just dropped out of it now. Kellen still within 4 tenths of Timgren, getting pushed along now by Zico. Zico there in 5th place, being hounded by Yannick in 6th. Yannick with a cracking drive last week. Carter now in 7th place. He's managed to get past Plat for Life, has he? I think he has. A CMP and BX Royal. It looked like BX Royal was going to have a look on CMP, but it wasn't to be on that lap. But looks like Plat for Life trying his best to try and retake that position from Carter. Trying to put the RCF under some pressure now. Are we going to see a move come into the bus stop? As we see Zico up ahead. Zico looking for the move on Kellen, but wasn't. Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to quite get it done. No, he did. He got it done on the exit. And he's through up into 4th place for Zico. Kellen down to 5th. But Kellen was absolutely rapid, wasn't he, in qualifying? And he has looked quick in that GTR. The GTR, a very quick car anyway. But really, well and truly giving Zico a run for his money now. I don't think he's going to be able to go for a move into this next right-hander. Yeah, he thought better of it. He definitely looked like he had the momentum to maybe be able to set one up. But that is a very tricky corner to try and get an overtake done. So Racing Green has managed to get past BX Royal now. Where's somebody else dropped further back? Do we only have 14 drivers? Should we start with 15? 15. As Alessandro does look for the move into the bus stop, but Anonymous going to keep the position for the minute. Alessandro looking hungry though, and Timgren's come awake as well. He's come alive. Oh, Yannick, no, Yannick got disconnected. Oh, Chanel, no way. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, the lobby doesn't look the most stable as it has been. It was 3 bars when I entered myself. Some of the cars, well, most of the cars look all right. We've seen a little bit of sketchiness from some of the cars. I think Zico had a couple of little stutters in practice, I noticed. Anonyma looking like he had a couple of little stutters as well, but hopefully Yannick will be able to get back in for the feature. It's always a nightmare when you get a DC. But Alessandro was looking like he was getting the move done. Anonyma managed to keep the position, but now Alessandro under pressure from Timgren. Timgren wants that 2nd place. He is looking hungry in that McLaren. Oh, Alessandro picked up half a second. That is going to help Timgren. He's not going to have to work for it too much now. I'm sure Alessandro's still going to give him a run for his money, but that's heartbreak there for Alessandro. And Zico not too far back from the top 3 now. He still has got Kellen to deal with. Okay, he's still got Kellen for company, and Carter not far back as well in the Lexus. In the Peugeot. Zico in the Lexus. But we have got some gaps forming throughout the field. So Plat for Life has dropped 1.3 seconds off Carter now in that Porsche. He's managed to get back past. Oh no, he hasn't. No, Carter got past him, didn't he? Still in between the 2 Peugeots. BX Royal. BX Royal, no! So BX has managed to get back past Racing Green up into 9th place, but he's surely going to lose that position with that half a second's penalty. Racing Green only 7 tenths off of him, but yeah, he's going to get past, isn't he, surely. Marriott there in 11th. Oh, yeah, definitely some sketchiness coming. Oh, somebody else is off up ahead, is it? Alessandro, where's Alessandro? So Alessandro must have had a moment somewhere. He was in the fight, wasn't he, for the top 3? He was in the fight for the lead of the race. Anonyma, a little bit of breathing space now. He's got the pressure taken off him for the minute. But Timgren still only 6 tenths off the back of him. Zico promoted into 3rd place. Kellen now in 4th. Calder 5th. Plat for Life up to 6th. CMP 7th. BX Royal 8th, Racing Green 9th. Oh, and so Racing Green didn't manage to get that position after BX served his penalty, so that wasn't too bad at all. Marriott now in 10th, Morvelos 11th, Hasnain in 12th, Kep 13th, Alessandro 14th now, and obviously we had the DC of Yannick. Alessandro with the fastest lap in the race though, 1:44.6. But now we do see Anonyma starting to come under the attention of Timgren in 2nd place there. Only 2 tenths off the back of the BMW. I think Anonyma just a little bit tentative on the exit there, doesn't want to light them rear tyres up, moves over to cover the inside. I think Timgren maybe has a run here around the outside, but is he going to get the position? Maybe going to have to go for the switchback. It looks like Anonymous covered it off. He will have the inside for this next left-hander. And finally gets the position. That was a good bit of patient driving there from Timgren. Into the lead of the race. I think maybe the McLaren driver was just saving his tyres a little bit through the first part of the race. He seemed to have come alive in the last stages. Lap 7 of 9. Anonyma trying to come back. It looked like he was having a little peek up the inside, but he wasn't close enough. Both with a nice buffer over the rest of the field though. Kellen has managed to get past Zico. Zico is now down to 4th. Well, he's still in 4th. He was up to 3rd though, wasn't he, momentarily, but losing that place to Kellen. It looks like Carter going for the move now. Didn't quite get it done, but it looks like Zico's tyres have started to die a death. Which is basically what happened to mine. Are doing really well to look after them tyres. That front left doesn't look too bad at all. Is he going to be able to get the move done on Zico though? I think if we're going to see it come, it's going to be at the bus stop. And he's pulled out to have a look up the inside. I think BX Royal getting the move done on CMP, or CMP and BX having a bit of a battle in the background there. And Plat for Life with half a second. That's going to bring him into the clutches of CMP. CMP 7th place, BX Royal in 8th. Well, these two are having an absolutely astonishing battle at the moment. BX Royal doesn't want to let up, does he? Neither CMP, doesn't want to lose that place. Are they going to get past Plat for Life? Not quite. Oh, CMP looked like he had an opportunity up the inside. But that has opened the door now to BX. BX up the inside through this left-hander. Can CMP hold on? But BX Royal now focusing on Plat for Life. Can he get past the Porsche driver? Into turn 1, sets up the move, and it looked like Plat just let it happen. BX Royal on an absolute charge, but Plat for Life getting the better exit there. He's going to retake that position up into 6th place now. Or back up into 6th place. BX is down to 7th. We've got CMP there in 8th, Racing Green 9th, Marriott in 10th, Morvelos is 11th, he's got half a second. Kep is in 12th, Hasnain in 13th, Alessandro in 14th. Oh, and BX Royal has managed to get back past Plat for Life. Probably through the bus stop. Looks like maybe, yeah, Plat for Life's front left looking absolutely shredded. So this is the other battle here at the moment. We've got Carter and Zico. Zico trying to keep Carter behind him. But Tim now 3 seconds up the road as behind. Who was that? It was Zico and Carter. Carter looking like he'd managed to get past Zico. I think Zico went deep into the previous turn. But this guy here is going to take the checkered flag and the win in the sprint. GG's Tim. Anonyma will take 2nd place. Kellen's going to take 3rd. Zico and Carter. Oh, Zico takes 4th, Carter 5th, BX in 6th, Plat for Life 7th, CMP finishes in 8th, Racing Green in 9th, Marriott in 10th, Kep in 11th, Morvelos in 12th, wait, what? Kep must have had a penalty, so Marriott came in 10th, Morvelos was 11th. Morvelos was 11th, Kep was 12th, Alessandro was 13th, Hasnain was 14th, and Yannick was 15th. So your reverse top 10 grid puts Marriott on pole with Racing Green starting in 2nd place. We're going to have CMP starting in 3rd with Plat for Life in 4th, BX starts in 5th, Carter 6th, Zico in 7th, Kellen in 8th, Anonyma in 9th, and Timgren will start in 10th place. And we'll have Morvelos in 11th, Kep in 12th, Alessandro 13th, Hasnain 14th, and Yannick in 15th. So Alessandro did manage to make up a few positions at the end there. That was just unlucky, mate. I didn't see what happened. I'm assuming he just had a moment somewhere. Because that was pretty clean racing throughout. Hopefully we'll be able to get Yannick back in. And we'll get the klaxon lined up for the feature. So how was everyone's firework night anyway? Did anyone go to any displays? We did not participate because we got cats. We had to look after the kitties. They don't really like the fireworks too much. But we did see a few from our house. We can see a big field. They hold them over there sometimes, so we saw a few displays. Can you believe it's been nearly 3 weeks now and I've still got something of this flu, cold, whatever it is about me. Just cannot seem to shift it.
I am not from the UK, but I still remember the 5th of November.
Yes. I never sort of contemplated really. Yeah, it is like, I guess it is a UK thing, isn't it? I mean, they have fireworks displays all around the world, don't they, for like New Year's and stuff like that. But I guess November the 5th is like more of a UK thing. Obviously with gunpowder plot of Parliament and stuff. Yeah, so we got a quick toilet break, quick intermission before the feature race will begin. So if you want to get a refreshment or go for a toilet break, as was said there in the chat, you can now would be the time. So whereabouts in the world are you from, Chanel? Oh wow, awesome. Chest. Welcome along. So now we have the lobby reset. Oh, host has ended the game. So I think BX is going to completely restart the lobby. I think maybe in an attempt to get Yannick back in. Obviously we saw the disconnect of Yannick. Look, Ross's, you can see, I don't know if you guys on the stream can see, Gilles' room seems to be pretty good. We've got a few other rooms. Oh, that one's not very good. Pumpkin Patch, not very good. A few others. So yeah, Ross's is on 3 bars. Gilles seems to be the best one at the moment. We're going to get the lobby update now. Has BX managed to still not quite managed to do it. Bear with us, guys. Sometimes we do have technical difficulties within the Aero League Racing series. It's not a common occurrence, but I've had a few myself, as with last week. Forgetting I'd switched over to my USB thing when actually switching over to it, which was why the first part of the stream was silent, and then I had to obviously redo the introduction and the rundown through the standings. Can't be up. So we're still waiting for the lobby to reappear. Check the Discord quickly as well and see if we've got any notifications in there. Because it's still not back up. Just go and watch round tier 2. What? How is there 2 tier 2s? That's strange. Tier 3. There we go, so BX's room is back up and it's back on decent signal once again, so hopefully we won't have any disconnects. And hopefully Yannick will be able to get back in. So we'll now rejoin the lobby. I'm sure once everybody's in, and there we go, Yannick has managed to make it back. So yeah, I think everybody back in the lobby once again. So we're probably going to see some of the guys testing out their tyre choices for the first stint. And yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be opting for the hards. How quickly we saw the softs die in the sprint race. Softs are going to be not a great choice, are they? They lasted about 8 laps, 7 laps with, or 6 laps with good pace, and then they just seem to drop off. So I think we may see. We're going to see hard medium, or medium hard. We got Racing Green looking like he might be opting for the mediums. We saw another. Who else was that? Somebody else. Everybody else on hards, it seems. I'm sure I saw another person with mediums, unless they changed it last minute before the... Oh, Alessandro Marriott. Okay, so Racing Green. Oh, Alessandro's gone back on hards. Marriott possibly on the mediums. It's nice to see a split in strategies. Obviously there is normally the best strategy, isn't it, that most people would normally go for, but it's good to see people try different things. But then it's often a balancing act as well, isn't it? How much pace are you going to lose on the harder compound? But the softer ones will die a death eventually. You can see that line forming. A lot of cambered corners around this track are going to be eaten into them left-hand tyres, especially the front left. So it looks like we've got both Peugeots on hards, Zico on hards, Hasney on hards, Plat for Life on hards, Alessandro on hards, Anonymous hards, Morvello's hards, Marriott on the mediums. Who's going to carry the Strat into the race? So Marriott's going to start on pole for the feature. So let's see what he can do from the front. So perhaps a good option to go for the mediums, to try and get away from the hards off the line. Try and secure some distance, create a bit of a gap to the guys behind. So racing will begin shortly. Don't touch that dial. And obviously if it's your first time with us, this is the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. This is the Tier 1 drivers. And I'm your boy Vex, this Vex man, here to take you through proceedings. Still a little bit bunged up, but we go on. And we've got a very interesting feature coming up for you. And we saw some cracking racing, cracking battles in that first race, in the sprint race. Obviously now is the big one. Strategy will come into play. This is going to be a race of attrition. We've got the message on the side there from BX Royal starting soon. I need a wee. No, I'm joking, BX, I don't need a wee. I'm alright, I'm good. And Morvello's just creeping into the pits there. We've had a spinner close to the bus stop. This is it. So this is the feature race. Marriott is going to start on pole with Racing Green in second place. CMP starts in third. We're going to find a better camera view. We're going to be a rolling start as is always in the feature. We get a nice shot now back down the grid. I think some people are going to be starting on the corner. That's a horrible place to start. We've got a klaxon and they are off. No moves being made as yet. In fact, no, did BX Royal get a really good getaway there? No, he started in 5th, didn't he? So BX started in 5th place. I thought maybe he'd managed to get a really good start. Plat for Life, though, really starting to put the pressure on CMP. CMP is going to be having to hug that inside line. It looks like Plat might get it done around the outside. BX almost managed to get through as well. So CMP now down to 4th place. Plat for Life is up into 3rd. He's free to try and chase down Racing Green, who started in 2nd and is still in 2nd. We've got Marriott, race leader, trying to pull away from the rest of the field on that medium compound tyre. He's probably well aware that the drivers behind him are on the hards. Oh, as Plat for Life goes a little bit deep there onto the grass, almost losing the rear. I don't know how he held on to that, to be fair. Didn't lose too much time either to Racing Green in the 4C. I think Racing Green has a bit of a crutch there in the 4C this season, as CMP... Oh, it's Carter up the inside of BX Royal. BX Royal down to 6th place now. Carter is up into 5th. Can his teammate help him out here? He needs to try and keep that 5th place, doesn't he? Try and get onto the back of his teammate. He looked like the quicker of the two cars in the feature. So BX Royal maybe waiting for them hards to come into their temperature window. He doesn't want to wait too long though, because he has got Zico not far behind him there in 7th place. Is Zico going to try and send one up the inside into turn 1? No, he's not. Kellen there in 8th. We have got Anonyma now 9th. Timgren in 10th. We've got Morvellos in 11th. Alessandro is in 12th place with Kep in 13th. Hasnain is in 14th. And Yannick all the way down in 15th place. What happened to Yannick? 8.4 seconds off the back of Hasnain. Marriott. Go on, lad. Marriott trying to stretch that gap now back to Racing Green. It's up to 7 tenths. It was hovering around the 5 tenths before. .21 laps to go. They got 21 laps to go. They got 21 laps to go. No, I'm not going to sing the rest of it. And Racing Green As I say, I think he's given himself a bit of a crutch with the 4C this season. I'm not sure if he chose the car or his teammate chose the car. But the reigning Tier 1 champion hasn't had the best of outings so far. In fact, he was, at the end of round 1, I think he was in first place in the standings, but he's now down into second. But I just remember last week around Tokyo just being a bit, it just wasn't that great, was it? Racing Green, Platt for life, however, 2.2 seconds off the back of Racing Green. Then we have CMP in 4th, Carter in 5th, BX Rule 6th, Zico in 7th, Kellen in 8th. Platt for life though has got his work cut out to try and reel in them medium runners. You would expect the mediums to start pulling away from the hards behind, but the hards will start coming into their own. Oh, it's Platt. No, Platt. What was that even for? That was a bit harsh, wasn't it? I didn't see him abuse the track limits there. It just looked like he was using the curbs. So yeah, everybody's going to have to be a little bit careful of the bus stop. Perhaps he just took a bit too much there on the exit. That must have been what it was. He has got a nice buffer though over CMP, hovering around the 1.1 second mark. But that's going to come down now though, isn't it? As he serves his penalty, CMP does move through into 3rd place. Platt for life down to 4th now, separating the two Peugeots. Carter, what can he do? Can he work on the Porsche ahead? He's got BX Rule not too far behind him, only 3/10 off the back of him, being egged on by Zico there in 7th, with Kellen in 8th. We got Nonimo in 9th, Tim is in 10th, we got Alessandro now in 11th place, Morvellos is in 12th, Kep in 13th, Hasnain in 14th. So is Yannick? Oh, I think we've had a disconnect from Yannick again. It's always been a little bit like that though, hasn't it? To be fair, yeah, sometimes it's like, it clearly looks like you're well within track limits, but it still slaps you with a penalty. I think the pit line as well, the pit line one that was catching some of us out last week, or on Sunday. And that's a 3 second as well, that's, yeah, you definitely want to stay well within the lines. Not even look at the line as you're coming out or into the pits. But Maria still in the lead of the race. He's got a long way to go on the medium tyres though. Be interesting to see how long he can take them for. And looks like Racing Green has managed to start reading that gap back in a little bit. I think Marriott was a little way ahead, wasn't he? Or a little more ahead than that, maybe a second or two. But these guys now with 5 seconds over 3rd place. Oh no, we've seen some yeah, I think the lobby looking a little bit sketchy again. Hopefully it's not going to decide to disconnect everybody or myself. Marriott still with the fastest lap though on the lap 2. It was a 146.5. Racing Green has been doing consistent 146s, but it's best so far a 146.7. Then we have 147s from the guys on the hards, or from the first guy on the hards, which is CMP. Still in 3rd place, still managing to keep Platt for life behind him in 4th there. His teammate holding off BX Royal and Zico. Oh, as BX Royal goes for a send. Or was he covering off Zico? Zico with half a second's penalty. He's going to drop behind Kellen. Oh, BX getting a bit of the grass there. And in fact, he's going to lose the place to Anonyma as well. Anonyma managing to get past, and Timgren. That penalty costing Zico dearly, down into 10th place now. He's now got his teammate for company there in 11th. Can the Lexuses work together to try and get back up through the field? I think they have got their work cut out for them. So Tim up into 9th place on the back of that M6 of Anonyma. The only BMW remaining in this race after Yannick's DC. Once again, that's so unfortunate, Yannick. That's just unlucky, mate. I do feel for you. It is rubbish. And it's not like it's got the feature. I don't know why they can't put the feature in like you have with F1, where you can like rejoin the race. It just takes over your car with an AI driver. Because they've got the Sophie AI in or whatever, haven't they? So you could they could potentially do it. You would think. But Tim looking very racy indeed. He's going to go for one into the bus stop. No, not quite close enough that time round. Anonyma putting the pressure now on Kellen in the GTR. Kellen trying to get onto the back of BX once again. BX who still can't seem to find his way past Carter. Carter still there in 5th place. Platt still in that Peugeot sandwich. CMP still heading the train, and then we have 6.7 second gap now up ahead to Racing Green. Racing Green still 1.7 off the back of Marriott, so he's keeping that gap nice and consistent. In fact, no, it was 1.2 before, wasn't it, when we last checked, I believe. So he's lost a couple of attempts, but still not far off the back of him. He's definitely going to be making Marriott think about his strategy, I think, and when he's going to pit. How much fuel has he used? So it looks like Racing Green has used slightly less fuel, but he's going to be close enough to be able to get the jump in the pit. Not sure. But yeah, Marriott looking comfortable at the front. So this is kind of where all the spicy action's happening at the moment. You see the two Renaults not far off in the distance there. So Carter maybe starting to feel the effects of the tyre, whereas BX gets one done up the inside through the sweeping left-hander. Carter slightly out onto the grass momentarily. He managed to regain his composure though, still on the back of BX Royal. And who was that? That was Timgren. Timgren must have had a penalty. He's moved over off the racing line, now finds himself in a Lexus sandwich, and then we've got the two Renaults, Morvellos and Cap in 12th and 13th. Zico now in 9th place, but Tim's still looking very racy in that McLaren. Really putting the pressure on Zico. Zico's tyres have worn quite considerably more. Let's have a look between his and Alessandro. So yeah, it is just the Lexus. The Lexus looks like it's very heavy on its tyres. I think the GTR probably much the same. And in fact, there's not a lot of difference between the Lexus and the BMW. The BMW has also used a fair amount of that hard compound tyre. Kellen's is also about the same. So on board with Carter. So BX Royal has managed to get the move done on Carter. He's now focusing his attention on Plat for Life. We're watching through the eyes of Carter. Is BX going to be able to get that move done? He looks very racy indeed. We saw this in the feature race. Another driver that seemed to come to life towards the end. I mean, we're not towards the end, but he may be coming towards the end of his first stint. You see how close it is between the guys that are on the hards, or at least between 3rd and 11th. So these guys will probably all come into the pits around the same time, which is definitely going to be interesting. So BX Royal is really starting to put the pressure on Plat for Life. He's going to be trying to set up and move. I think we're going to see it come on the approach now to the bus stop. Plat for Life is going to have to hunt that inside line. In fact, he opts to stay on the outside of CMP. CMP covering off the inside now. Plat for Life. Oh, he actually gets the move done. Oh, that was a great move there from Plat for Life. And BX Royal. BX Royal finds his way through as well. CMP's just hemorrhaging positions now. He's down into 6th. It looked like he was going to lose a position to Anonyma or Kellen. Anonyma tries to go around the outside there of Kellen. They're still side by side. He's going to have the inside for this next turn. This right-hander. Plenty of space given there. Zico with a penalty. That's going to allow Alessandro through. It's getting very congested indeed. They're almost 3 wide momentarily as Timgren up the inside there of Kellen. And looks like Alessandro having a go as well. Trying to get a move done on the compromised GTR. So Timgren is up into 8th place, or still on the back of Anonyma. And then we have CMP, Carter and BX Royal. Carter, BX Royal and Plat for Life all with half a second. So there we go, Chanel. That is, what we were saying about the strict track limits, and this, it's touch and go. The penalty system's always been very touch and go with GT. I remember even back in GT Sport, and it was probably like very early days then, it was still quite bad. And I mean, we haven't seen where they've picked it up, but we've seen how strict the track limits are. We may see them get another one coming through here, maybe this is where everyone's getting them. Well, I'm not sure now, because I think Plat for Life maybe would have got one there on the exit, but still with only half a second. So these 3 from 3rd to 5th, it's not going to slow them down too much, but it is going to bring them back into the clutches of CMP, Anonyma, Timgren, Kellen, Alessandro and Zico. And that gap has closed back down to 8 tenths, 7 tenths, 6 tenths. So CMP should be starting to pick up the slipstream of his teammate ahead now, once again, which is going to aid him in trying to keep these cars behind him. Anonyma, Timgren, Kellen, as Timgren looks for the move on Anonyma. He's going to send one up the inside here as Marriott is now into the pits. I think Racing Green stays out. He does. favours track position up into the lead of the race in the 4C. Going for the overcut this time round. It looks like maybe Marriott going for the undercut. As the hard runners will start to move through. Where will Marriott emerge? I think he's still in the pits. So Racing Green with 8.1 seconds over the rest of the field. But then mediums aren't going to last a lot longer. That front left definitely isn't. The front left is going to leave the chat soon. And can anyone confirm, can you actually get punctures on GT now? With a new tyre model? I'm not sure if I've heard that somewhere. I'm intrigued. He's definitely suffering with a bit of understeer now. Although he hooked up nicely through that left-hander. Surely he will come into the pits this time round, will he? Or will he take it for another lap? Yeah, he's now into the pit. Ooh, he touched the line there. Will that give him a penalty? We'll have to wait and see. So Plat for Life will move up into the lead of the race. And there he goes. So your top three are now Plat for Life, BX Royal and Carter. So how long are the guys on the hards going to be able to run them hards for, and what tyre choice will they go for in the second stint? So Plat for Life still with 3 tenths over BX Royal in the Ferrari. We have Carter now in third place. CMP has dropped off a bit, 2.3 seconds behind his teammate now. With Kellen there in 5th, he's a second behind CMP. Timgren's now 6th with Anonyma in 7th. So Timgren finally has managed to get past Anonyma. I think the tyres, or I think Anonyma's starting to feel the effects of that tyre wear on them hards now. It looked like Alessandro trying to set one up. Although he's on very heavily worn hards now as well, or equally worn hards as Zico. And who was that? Timgren and CMP and Kellen all into the pits, going for the undercut. So Zico up into 6th place. Morvelos will move up into 7th. Where's his teammate? Is he in the pits? So the two Renaults split in the pit stop at the moment. Racing Green moves up into 7th. Marriott will move up 8th. Sorry, Marriott moves up into 9th. And Racing Green has managed to get past Marriott. He couldn't quite reel him in the first stint, but he has managed to do so now. Obviously the two guys who went into the pits first out of everyone, 21 seconds behind the leader, but I think they will move back up into first and second once the leaders pit. Kellen now in 10th place. We've got CMP in 11th. Timgren now in 12th with Kep in 13th and Hasnain in 14th. So Platt for Life, BX Royal and Carter still first, second and third. They have got 6.3 seconds over fourth place Alessandro now and the rest of the field. And looks like BX is into the pits. Platt for Life has stayed out. So BX Royal and Carter both into the pits. Platt for Life stayed out. He favours track position. Can he build any more of a gap over the rest of the field? So I think everybody who was behind is now into the pits. So we go Racing Green and Marriott back up into second and third. And BX Royal has indeed gone for the mediums. I thought that was what the strategy would be for the feature race. Hard mediums or medium hards. Platt for Life still yet to pit. But I think you need, I think it's around 26 seconds, isn't it? Around here to get into the pit and out of the pit ahead of everybody else. Oh, Racing Green, that's a very deep line there, as is Marriott, as we saw the mud being kicked up by both cars. So is Platt for Life going to go into the pit this time round? I think he is. So he is now into the pit. So Racing Green is going to become your new race leader. I think it's going to be very close as to where, well, it's going to be quite close as to where Platt for Life comes in. But no, we saw. We'll have to wait and see. How well has he fuel saved? Start lap 15 now for Racing Green and Marriott. So BX Royal moves up into third place, Kellen fourth. Where is Platt for Life going to come out? So it looks like Platt for Life managing to get in and out. He's come out in 6th place. That is not bad at all. He's actually on the medium compound as well. That was a very good stint from Platt for Life. BX Royal with another half a second. Where are these guys picking up these penalties? So Racing Green, 1.3 seconds is the gap he has now over Marriott. Marriott, who did such a good job leading the race all the way through that first stint. Can he manage to reel Racing Green back in, and can he keep that gap back to BX Royal, who is now on medium tyres? He had that half a second penalty, which has brought Kellen on to the back of him. Maybe putting a little bit of pressure on now. But is that just going to egg him on? Kellen has managed to steal the fastest lap and seals it once again for 1:45.7. Obviously we saw 1:44s in qualifying. So they've got another 8 laps to do on these medium tyres. Are they going to go the distance? I think the medium's going to be feeling very ropey come the end of the race. But they have started eating into that gap up ahead. It's now down to 5.1 seconds. Them tyres have come into their temperature window. Kellen's still well on the back of BX Royal. He's definitely going to give him a run for his money. Carter is out of that slipstream range. He's a second behind at this point. And then we have Platt for Life re-emerging from the pits in 6th place. His tyres should have come up to temperature by now as well, so he should be able to start pushing, trying to reel in that top 5. CMP in 7th as Timgren. Looks like he might lose that position to Alessandro. Yeah, Alessandro's still trying all he can to get past him. Got Zico waiting in the wings there as well. Kep is well and truly onto the back of Zico now though. I think the Renault just hasn't got the grunt in it though, has it, to try and challenge the other cars. Not one we see get used a lot, and there's probably a reason why. So Anonyma now in 12th, Morbellos is there in 13th place, and we have Hasnain in 14th. I'm not sure if Racing Green's had a moment somewhere, but it looks like Marriott started reeling him in once again. He's managed to break that gap down to 8 tenths. Perhaps Racing Green just playing with him a little bit. Maybe he's on a cool down lap. Just trying to get them tyres to go the distance. They definitely will go the distance because they're on the hards. But Racing Greens actually look better than Marriott's at this point. At this stage of the race, but there's only 2.6 seconds now back to BX Royal. The hard runners are going to have to get a wriggle on if they want to keep a charge in BX behind. BX now with a 1.5 second buffer over Kellen back in 4th. And it looks like Carter being challenged now by Platt for Life. Platt for Life, who's now taken the fastest lap, 1:45.7 for Platt for Life. Platt for Life really starting to put the pressure on Carter. I would be surprised if we don't see a move come into the bus stop. He's sizing one up the inside, but Carter's going to have... Oh, no, he isn't. So Platt managed to get the move done. Carter picks up half a second's penalty. There was definitely contact between the two drivers. But I think it was Carter... Well, I mean, yeah, it was a brave move from Platt for Life, but he managed to get the initial move done cleanly. I think it was just Carter trying to keep his nose in there, trying to hold that inside line. And they just had a slight touch, which I think in turn put Carter offline for the second part for the exit of the bus stop, which is where he picked up that half a second penalty. It's unlucky. Racing Green only 7 tenths is the gap he has over Marriott now. And BX Royal is into 9 tenths now, charging BX Royal in the red Scud missile. That is the Ferrari 458. Is that it there? No. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. If you run it too deep there, perhaps that is where you pick up that half a second. Because we've seen him carrying it along here. And that's only where I can think where he might be getting half a second. But he got away with it that time. He was within the track limits that time. Really putting the pressure on Marriott now. He's managed to chip away lap after lap. Well, it's only taken a couple of laps to be fair on the mediums to catch up to the two hards. But Marriott's got his work cut out now to keep that second place. Goes a little bit deep through this left-hander. That's allowed BX alongside. And he's actually got the position done, so Marriott down to third. Can he keep that third slot on the podium? Platt for Life is now past Carter. He's up into fifth. On to the back of Kellen. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before we see BX challenge for the lead of the race, but we're just going to stay on board for just a second with Kellen and Platt. As BX, oh no, there's contact with BX and Racing Green. Racing Green's off and into the barrier. What happened there? Oh, Racing Green now down into sixth. He's got damage on that Alpha. I don't know if he just got a little bit sideways on the exit there, but it didn't look like there was a lot of space given between either car, to be fair. It's a bit of sideways action, and Racing Green's come off worse out of that one. BX up into the lead of the race though. I don't think there would have been any malice there, no intentions from BX. He's a good driver, he's a clean, fair driver. As is Racing Green. We've seen some excellent battles between them two. Maybe it was just Racing Green just lost the rear there. We'll have to have a look at the replay. I'll have to go and find the replay after the stream and see what I can make of it. But as I say, I'm not a steward anyway, so I digress. BX Royal up into the lead of the race, and he has, well, to be fair, he's been absolutely flying, hasn't he? It was only a matter of time before he managed to catch Racing Green and managed to go for a move. Spinala. Yeah, I think maybe he had a bit of a moment on the curb there. But Platt still trying to find his way past Marriott. Marriott defending for dear life. In fact, no, Marriott's managed to get back past Platt, hasn't he? He was down into third, but I don't know if Platt had a moment somewhere. But Marriott having the drive of his season so far. Manages to keep the position once again. Platt for Life trying to do all he can to try and take it away. He is going to have the inside line for this next right-hander. And he does manage to retake the position. Marriott's still hot on his heels though. Still got plenty of life left in them hards. So on lap 21 of 23, let's have a run down through the grid. So BX Royal in first place with 2.1 seconds over Plat for Life in second. We've got Marriott now in third, Kellen in fourth, Carter is in fifth. We have CMP in sixth place, Tim is now in seventh, Zico's in eighth. We have Alessandro in ninth, Racing Green now 10th, Anonyma is 11th, Kep in 12th, Morvello's 13th, Hasnain in 14th. Oh no, Marriott now in trouble. He's under the attention of Kellen. Has Kellen managed to get a move done? Marriott still got the inside line for this, for the bus stop. I was Plat for Life chucked up a load of grass there. Doing a bit of lawn mowing. But Marriott defending his heart out. Can he keep that podium slot? He wants that podium, didn't he? He desperately wants that podium, bless him. And Kellen looking every way he can to try and get past. Marriott definitely looking like a tricky customer. Kellen is obviously on the medium tyres, but he is on very heavily worn medium tyres and low fuel as well. And also with a charging Carter behind him. Is that GTR going to have enough fuel to finish the race? It's going to be touch and go, I feel. Still unable to find his way past Marriott. Carter 4 tenths off the back of Kellen. Then we have CMP now being pushed along by Zico. Zico wants that 6th place. In fact, everybody running on fumes. There's definitely been some questionable defending tonight. I'll Plat for Life of half a second there. There's Carter alongside Kellen. And he gets the position up into 4th place, Kellen down to 5th. CMP still holding off Zico. Zico still wants that 6th place. You're going to have to go on board with BX in just a second because he is coming through the penultimate turn. He's going to come through the final turn, graze the barrier and cross the line, winner of the feature race. Plat for Life is going to come in 2nd place. Marriott GG's mate takes that 3rd slot on the podium. Carter finishes in 4th. We got Kellen in 5th. CMP will be 6th. Zico in 7th. Alessandro 8th. Tim Green in 9th. Racing Green in 10th. Anonyma 11th. Morvello's in 12th. Hasnain in 13th. And Kep will finish in 14th place. Well, what a round once again that was, guys. And your grid, or your finishing results once again for the feature race. BX Royal finished in 1st place. Plat for Life was 2nd with the fastest lap, 1:45.7. Marriott finished in 3rd. Carter in 4th. Kellen 5th. CMP was 6th. Zico was 7th. Alessandro was 8th. Tim was 9th. Racing Green was 10th. Anonyma was 11th. Morvello's was 12th. Hasnain was 13th. Kep was 14th. And Yannick finished... No, sorry, Yannick had the DC, didn't he? So unfortunately it did not finish. I'm sure he'll be back once again next week. And so will we, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this round. GG's everybody, absolutely cracking racing once again. And we will see you same time, same place next week. This has been the Tier 1 drivers in the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship. This is season 20. This was round 3. We're back again next week with round 4. I've been your boy Vexed. Good night.